Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. If you joined my blog yesterday, I shared a book binding explosion card that was shared with me by a team member, Sue Floyd. I said that I would be sharing my version of that Creative Fold today during my Creative Fold video. So I am using the beautifully penned Designer Series paper with my card. This is a free item till the end of the month, September 2021, during our celebration sale. So if you spend $50, you get this beautiful black and white paper, and it matches the hand penned petal bundle. So what I have taken is 2 pieces of basic white that measure 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and I have mounted them on 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 basic black. I have also taken that hand pen petal and have stamped with the stamp set the thanks and around the border with the little dots. I have a little butterfly there. That is from the Brilliant Wings dies, and just did that out of basic black. I also took the basic white and stamped the flower, colored it in with my stamping blends in the new In Colors Polished Pink and Soft Succulent. And then I also die cut the solid black for the background to just give me a little border. I have 2 pieces of basic white. This one measures 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. This one is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then I have that Designer Series paper, 1 by 4 and a 4 by 4, and finally a 6 by 6. If you head over to my blog, StampingWithLinda.com, or click on the link at the bottom of the description, you will find all the measurements wrote out for you. Now for my card base, I have a 4 1/4 by 11. And I am going to, first off, double check that I cut that down to 11. Yes, I did. And I am going to score this at the 5 1/2, and then finally at the 6 3/4. This is what's going to make my book binding. I am going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus, as I want this to be a strong adhesive, because this is where the fold of my card will be, and we need that to be adhered down. So there is my bookbinding Creative Fold. We're going to go in and grab the small piece of Designer Series paper. We're going to use the leaves, so I want to put the adhesive on the polka dot side, and we're going to, almost forgot, we are going to grab that 1 1/8 inch by 4 1/8, and we're just going to layer that white. I think it just reinforces excuse me, the black and white theme. So we've got that nice little border. I'm going to do the same with the 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 basic white and the 4 by 4 beautiful pen Designer Series paper, except this time we're going to showcase the opposite side in the white. So we've just got that 1/8 inch border around, and we're going to adhere that to the front of our card. So I'm going to bring in that stamped and die cut piece. Going to add some dimensionals to that, so that'll kind of pop up on my card front. We are going to grab another little butterfly that I've already die cut and add that with a glue dot. We're going to go in and grab my opal rounds. These are a lighter color, and we're just going to put that in the center, just kind of highlighting on that flower a little bit. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my gingham ribbon. This is the Halloween ribbon, but we are going to take that and I'm going to find my Petal Pink Dark Stamping Blends, and we are going to color this ribbon with our stamping blends. So it'll match better with our pink color that we did our flower in, but still highlight that black and white. So I put the scrap piece of paper underneath so that when it bleeds through, it'll go on that scrap piece of paper. I'm gonna bring in now my snips, and we're going to put that ribbon right along that book binding. Bring that in. We're going to tie a square knot, left over right, right over left, so that we have a good foundation to do our bow with. This gingham ribbon is just perfect, so we can color it any color we want. Now, if we do find that our knot is loose, we can put a glue dot underneath it, but I think mine is pretty good. So we're just gonna tie that bow, and it just helps coordinate that pink flower with our black and white. Let's pull our ribbon down a little bit here and snip it. And then we're ready to move on to our explosion. Now remember, I told you I have a 6x6 piece of the Designer Series paper cut. Just trim those edges. Isn't that pretty, the front of it? So we're going to bring in that Designer Series paper, and what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half, like so. Fold it in half the other way, matching our corners as close as we can, and then we're going to just do one diagonal fold. Usually when we do an explosion card, we do 2 diagonals, but with this one we're only going to do 1. I'm going to open that up, and then we are going to do an origami on the 2 sides that we folded. Going to make sure that we've got nice crisp score lines. Then we're going to go into our card, and we want to match this right in the center of our card. So our tips will be tip to tip. Going to once again use that Stampin' Seal Plus because we want a nice tough adhesive. You could use your Tombow glue if you wanted, but we're going to again make sure it's nice and even in the middle. Then we're just going to shut our card down. That adheres it that way. Open it up and adhere on this side. And then close our card up again. And now when we open it, we will have that explosion. Going to add our 2 1/8 by 2 1/8, or excuse me, 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 because we added that black. Squares. And there we have it, a double create a fold with 1 card, giving you the bookbinding opening with an explosion in the inside. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.